Coming up on Gearheads.
He has a different way of dealing with the guys.
What are you working on?
Less flexible, let's say.
So show us around a little bit more, Marvin. What else is in here? There's a Yugo.
The Yugo represents the exact opposite of a hot rod to me.
I'm just trying to assist.
Okay, well,
I let him mouth off. That's my problem.
No. I got to build a cold side, dude. I need it.
Just saying you guys might be a little tough to work with sometimes.
Let's call HR real quick.
Does someone need to get fired?
To make the world's fastest street cars, it takes skill and power. Horsepower. I'm Nick Field along with my partner Rick Ford. We take perfectly good cars and turn them into one-of-a-kind machines. And staying alive in this business is like trying to keep a bonfire burning with $100 bills. This is blood, sweat, and speed all the way. We are Gearheads.
So what a lot of people have a hard time understanding about what we do is, you know, sometimes you're re-engineering a perfectly good car, and like people say, well, why would you take a perfectly good Corvette and double the horsepower?
Well, I've worked with Nick for several years on several of my cars. What I think sets Fastlane apart is, of course, Nick Field and Rick Ford. But in terms of the work, it's the quality of the engineering that goes into the process of planning and executing a build. Morning, Nick.
Doing all right?
Good.
Anyway, let's go take a look at it.
Yeah.
Well, take a listen to it.
We have a wide array of customers. You know, you've got everything from CEOs, high-powered guys going into it. You know, this customer has a dream or they have a goal for what kind of power they want to make.
I like that.
You get guys like Grady that you tell him something technical about the car, and then he's analyzing it.
So we turned up the boost last night and figured out that it wasn't a low boost issue, it just had lag.
Yeah, I can really hear it there. In the process of doing it, bringing all these components together, engine block, camshaft, your induction system, whether you're going to go supercharged or turbocharged, all of these items have to be compatible in the way they go together in a stock automobile. You're talking $250,000 in the car.
You're starting with a blank sheet of canvas and doing something that's never been done before.
You can do some hot laps around the building.
I like to say that sometimes our customers are as crazy as we are.
A lot of these guys in their Camaros that think they're so badass think the Challenger's really heavy and it can't run. Always provides a little surprise to them.
You know, these are the guys that would take a brand new car and throw 50 grand at it.
Ah, it sounds fantastic.
I'll see you Friday.
Absolutely.
Thank you, sir.
We have the coolest customers, but you know, it's a rogues gallery.
Looks like we built the fastest Challenger in Texas, and I can't wait to get it on the street.
So this is all we've ever done. We were racing cars and building cars. This is 1991. All we ever did on weekends when everyone else was out playing was we were staying up all night working on cars and trying to figure out where the next race was. We were basically running a hot rod shop out of my mom's driveway.
We had to get our own shop.
Yeah.
Mom threw us out of the driveway.
Yeah.
Whenever I started messing with cars, it just clicked. I mean, I was always had a lot of sense about it. It just came pretty natural, huh?
You meet good tuners or you meet good mechanics. You don't ever meet somebody that has the whole package, that can do it all. Well, he's that kind of guy, and it's very hard to find.
Instead of saying Black Dodge or the Black Challenger, we just give them a little nickname.
Code Red is a Camaro that's an all-out build, so it's a car that's built to run low nines, 1,200 horsepower plus.
56 and a half.
Kenny's working on Code Red to get it done, doing all the fabrication on it.
So the car came in, basically a brand new Camaro. It came in from overseas, and the guy's thing was, you know, let's hurry up and get this car running. I've got some people to race.
Single turbo car, LSX engine in it, nice turbo design, should run pretty fast. Looking to break into the 9 seconds with it. I think it's gonna be a pretty good build. I worked at Fastlane for about a year. My responsibilities here are fab work, a little bit of electrical, some AC sometime, everything.
All right, so what, you're gonna get the pan off, drill and tap it?
So Kenny's difficult because, you know, he's all over the shop.
I had a couple conversations with Kenny about manning his own station, staying over there.
I don't need you all over the place.
He's all over the shop all the time.
Kids around here don't want to clean up behind themselves. Just a bunch of babies whining. No. Where's that Andrew at? Do your mock up on that? Get a regular stand, jack stand? There you go.
He feels like in our absence that, you know, he's like almost beholden to go out and try and spread the knowledge.
Kids are hard-headed.
You know, I love Kenny to death, but as far as fabricators go, they're kind of like, they're a prima donna spot.
I hope Kenny took our last conversation to heart, otherwise I'll probably have to let him go.
I work off everybody else's attitude. So if he has a good attitude, I have a good attitude. If you have a bad attitude, I'm gonna have a bad attitude.
Coming up on Gearheads.
Today we're going over to Mr. Gullo's museum.
So show us around a little bit more, Marvin. What else is in here?
I've always had a thing about the Blues Brothers. It's my favorite movie. So when I saw it, I had to go do a selfie.
What is a selfie?
It's a self-picture, like a picture of me in the car. Today we're going over to Mr. Gullo's museum to pick up a 2012 Boss 302 Laguna and a really special car, which is his 06 Ford GT. When we got there, they had the cars out, ready for us to pick up.
Need to do a little bit of maintenance on the Ford GT. Rattles all over the place.
The GT is his baby. He likes to bring it back over here just to give it the once over, check plugs, check oil.
And then the Laguna Seca needed a little bit of tuning work.
We were hoping for a little tour through the museum to check out the other cars.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up, Marvin?
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, good to meet you. Thanks for having us.
You're welcome.
So we're here to pick up the Laguna and the GT.
Yes, sir.
And this is Mel and Rick.
How you doing? Nice to meet you.
Mr. Gullo wasn't there, but Marvin was there to give us a tour of the museum.
What's your favorite car here, Marvin?
I like this Rolls Royce.
Oh,
It's
man,
really a nice
gotta
one.
love the Rolls Royce.
This 1950 Chevrolet. It's custom.
Mr. Gullo had a Chevrolet, which we've never seen before. It's one of the other cars that's in his museum that's completely unique. So it was kind of like a Cadillac Chevrolet hybrid.
Well, you know what's really neat about this is that it's not just the cars, it's all the memorabilia and the gas tank signs and the props.
I mean, this museum is probably nicer and better organized and decorated than, you know, a national museum.
Roy Rogers.
Roy Rogers, there you go.
Yeah, this one he picked up, I believe, this year.
It's something else. So this is the Honeymoon Roy Rogers car. Now, I heard he has a Blues Brothers car, too.
I've always had a thing about the Blues Brothers. It's my favorite movie. So when I saw it, I had to go do a selfie.
What is a selfie?
It's a self-picture, like a picture of me in the car. This is a selfie, okay? But what I was talking about was like a picture with the car.
Well, I ain't trying to argue with you.
This thing is pure sex.
I like that because you never see that. You never see it on the road.
Only 5 built of that one.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
This is a beautiful car. 1967 Pontiac GTO, 2-door hardtop.
I have to agree with you on that one, Marvin. So show us around a little bit more, Marvin. What else is in here?
This is Mr. Gullo's 50s diner. And
Nice.
he has gatherings here, you know, the parties and weddings and all kinds of stuff.
Dude, if I ever get married again,
And of course, you got the video games and everything back here.
no working during drinking hours.
That place was eclectic, but it was also, you know, the place where you can bring in your buddies and have a party.
Oh, there's the man himself.
Yeah, that's him.
78, he still drives 1,000 horsepower cars.
Oh, yeah, he loves going fast. He loves them.
I want to be like him when I grow up.
Oh, yeah, I think everybody does.
One of the rooms that he had in the museum was, you know, themed as a drive-in for his wife.
And they also had like movie prop cars like Smokey and the Bandit.
Yeah.
There's a Yugo in here.
The Yugo represents the exact opposite of a hot rod to me. So it's got like a 3-cylinder and 20 horsepower. You got this guy that's got, millions of dollars cars, and he's got, what did a Yugo sell for? Like $2,500 brand new back then?
I don't know. I think I'm more impressed with the Yugo than with the Rolls Royce. I don't know why.
Mr. Gullum, I lost a bet to have that one.
Yeah, exactly.
This is the barber shop right here, full setup. You can actually get your haircut today if you want to, if you trust me. Now we have the 1885 horse-drawn buggy.
We walked over the horse-drawn carriages pretty much because we were drawn to the craftsmanship, like the unbelievable amount of time that was spent.
$200,000 to build. Man, forget cars. We're building buggies from now on.
I think that might have been like one of his personal jokes, like 1 horsepower.
We got the 1954 Mini Craftsman boat.
So it says 12 horsepower. How fast would that go?
2 miles an hour.
Beautiful boat, just mini-sized. I wouldn't fit in it, but
it would sink.
Bloop, 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 bloop.
All right, Marvin, we appreciate it, man. Thank you very much for showing us around.
Appreciate it very much, Marvin.
No problem.
Take care. Good to meet you.
Cool.
You too.
We'll see you when we bring them back.
Very nice.
The Mustang, they're gonna go ahead and do some tuning on. On the GT40, they're gonna fix the tailpipe. One of the tailpipes are too long and it's rusty in the back, so they're gonna put a new one on. Well, Nick and Rick, I mean, they're pretty cool.
Coming up on Gearheads.
He has a different way of dealing with the guys,
What are you working on?
less flexible, let's say.
I ain't worried about that right this second. I just want the exhaust off of it.
One thing at a time, dude. I only have 2 arms. It's all up on Rick, I guess.
I just don't think that it's a good fit.
We got the Laguna and the Ford GT back to the shop and checked back in on Kenny, who is supposed to be working on Code Red.
Woo! Code Red is an all-out build on a 2011 Camaro. Basically a brand new car that was already fast. We're taking it and doing like a street strips setup for it, which would be 1,000 horsepower plus street car.
I had a couple conversations with Kenny about manning his own station.
I'm just trying to assist,
Kenny,
and I'm going.
I don't need you all over the place.
Staying over there. He's all over the shop all the time. Kind of ignored it for a couple days. I figured it was going to go south after that.
How we doing?
I let him mouth off. That's my problem.
Go get my throttle body, please.
That's the last thing we're worried about right now.
No. I got to build a cold side, dude. I need it.
Okay, well, you got to have the motor back in to build the cold side.
We're not worried about that. The throttle body, on the way.
I kind of have like a soft spot for Kenny. Someone like that, fabricator is very difficult to replace.
Did you get shorter over the weekend?
You. Did your fake-ass mohawk get taller?
What? I mean, it wouldn't be a good day if you don't piss the boss off, would it?
It's important for Rick not to let those guys get too mouthy.
And I like Kenny. Don't get that twisted up.
Grab the Ford GT.
And I grabbed it.
Is it done?
Well, I need to get your
Yes.
assistance on how you want that done.
I'll be over there in a second, please.
So you're going to be all over the place.
Saw him working on a car that he wasn't supposed to be working on.
What are you working on?
So what's up with this throttle body?
I ain't worried about that right this second. I just want the exhaust off of it, please.
What the
Thank you.
frick? One thing at a time, dude. I only have 2 arms. Sirs, ma'ams.
Have a good day, Kenny.
Huh?
Have a good day.
What do you mean?
Out of my parking lot.
That's cool with me.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's fine with me.
No problem.
I got enough money anyway.
I don't give a f.
I don't give a f neither, bro.
Try to get him to go do what he was supposed to do. And whenever we were having that conversation, he mumbled something under his breath. And that was his last chance.
You can't talk back to me. If he talks back to me, then I got the next guy talking back to me. Then the next guy, you lose control? No.
Rick told Ken to go ahead and get started on the GT40, and he hadn't been working on it. Mouthed off to Rick, sent him home, cut him loose.
My shop, it ain't his.
You gotta watch out how you talk to the owners around here and have respect.
I had to let Kenny go.
I figured that was coming.
Every time you turn around, he's trying to do somebody else's job.
Yeah.
First thing this morning, I told him go do this. He didn't do it. He was over there messing with Mel and all them.
I'm gonna talk to him. I mean, I love the guy to death.
I didn't talk down to him or anything like that, but I mean, I don't need it.
I'll call him and see what he says.
If he can't stay focused, professional, I don't want him here.
I'm thinking about what can I do to fix it? What can I do to fix it? You know, he's already moved on and said, I'm just gonna do it myself.
Please leave your message after the tone.
So I go into my office for like 10 minutes and all of a sudden everything blows up. Hey, Kenny, give me a call. It's 10:55, bye.
And me and Nick had an agreement. I don't want to let him down.
What happened? What happened?
I'm not here to hold no grudges. We're here to have fun and build some wild cars. Man, that dude there walks around with an attitude. Don't nobody know if he's serious or not.
Just had a bad attitude. You can't fix that.
This is classic good cop, bad cop.
All right, let me talk to him.
He has a different way of dealing with the guys. It's less flexible, let's say.
It's all up on Rick, I guess.
I just don't think that it's a good fit.
You know, end of the day, it shouldn't be no hard feelings and no attitudes.
Coming up on Gearheads.
Clay and JR were good enough to come hang out with us.
How big a pain in the butt is it working with those guys?
I was wondering what they were talking about. Let's call HR real quick. We did a customer appreciation day because since we bought this place and moved into it, we really haven't had a social gathering. We used to do that all the time, and they were pretty successful, and we thought it would be fun to get everyone together. Houston has its own events, but we wanted to have, you know, kind of a private event. So this is a family business. Everybody's involved in my family. I take pride in that too, you know.
What can I do to benefit your day?
You are calling people and confirming for the party.
Savannah's worked with us since the beginning, so we always tried to teach her a work ethic and not tried to like force cars on her, but you know, so that she knew what we were doing.
Hey, Uncle Ricky.
How are you doing, Savannah?
Good, how are you?
How's school day?
Boring.
What can I do for you today?
I just wanted to call to confirm that you'd be here this Saturday. Okay, and you know it's from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., right?
She actually did a lot of the work, the heavy lifting and the setup for Customer Appreciation Day.
This is Savannah with Fastlane. I just wanted to confirm that you'd be here this Saturday.
I don't think they realize she's 15. She's so professional that I don't think anyone could guess that she's a 15-year-old in high school.
Well, then can you just tell me which car you're going to bring?
So she's a big help around the shop. I try to get her here as much as possible without, you know, being like into child slavery or anything.
What's up?
Supercharged Camaro here, another Camaro here, Stingray right here, GT right here, and another Vet. That's about it for this side of the parking lot, at least.
Guys, I'd like to welcome everyone to our customer appreciation party. I've got some celebrity guests here, JR, Todd, and Clay Milliken.
Me and Rick, you know, we follow a lot of drag racing. Clay and JR were good enough to come hang out with us at the show because they happen to be in town.
Thanks everybody for coming. Thank you. Let's eat.
All the customers got to meet him and sign autographs, and it was really cool. It was a special moment for us.
It's like what you had as a kid, except nice.
You don't see many of them anymore, that's for sure.
No.
Clay, I'm Lem Kilburn.
Nice to meet you.
Nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you.
It's amazing to watch you guys do the turnaround in the pit.
You know, everybody talks about a 14-second NASCAR pit stop. They hadn't been to an NHRA race and watched those guys tear them down.
Clay has a wonderful personality. He gets along with everybody. Really friendly with strangers. Walk right up to him and shake their hand. Really nice guy.
You know, I'm a Tennessee boy, so.
And I'm a Michigan girl.
You a Michigan girl?
But here I am in Texas. Tell me, does your mom worry about you when you race?
The deal with them was always, we will take you drag racing as long as you don't race on the street.
Very good agreement.
Good parents, you know.
Good parents, great agreement.
At the customer appreciation party, yeah, everyone was hanging out. They all gathered around Clay, of course. Just, you know, he's the man.
You know, me and JR's over there, we got your whole crew huddled up.
That's scary.
I've got to ask them, you know, right off the get-go, like, you know, what's it like working with these two? How big a pain in the butt is it working with those guys?
I was wondering what they were talking about.
Come on now, you said you're 2 years in, you're fixing to get fired anyway, so.
No, but it's yelling, screaming, Nick kicking doors, Rick yelling at us because he can't find tools.
What did they say was the worst thing? Something about tools?
So I'm hearing kicking doors, mad on Mondays and Thursdays, and what's that all about?
Does someone need to get fired?
Well, we're not going to mention any names, just saying you guys might be a little tough to work with sometimes.
You know, let me get right on it. Let's call HR real quick. We're going to show y'all some cars. Go down the row of hot rods here.
I like the paint job on that.
Yeah, love it. Nice little, you know, 500 horsepower car. My buddy Todd's C5. You know, heads, cam, and headers, and all full bolt-ons. Well taken care of.
It was really nice to see all the cars and customers in one place because that never happens.
It's a fun sport, but boy, it can get expensive.
If you got a budget, don't come.
That's right.
If you got a budget, stay home.
And to see this customer looking at that customer's car and gawking at it.
I had built this from the frame up with a guy in another shop, and I brought it to Nick, and I said, Nick, this it doesn't drive right. I'm not happy with it. What can we do? And he said, let's get rid of that 454 and be the only people that have ever put an LS9 in a C3 body.
Just to be in that situation where you've got all these, you know, let's say 8 years worth of work sitting in front of you, and they all drove in to hang out was a really cool experience.
I say it was a great success. I had a good time. I think everybody here had a good time.